Well, hi there. Great that you're here. And it's another episode of Then and Now. So, how can belief work? How can coaching from the principles and concepts of law of attraction help you to lead a happier life and to just invite more joy and flow into your life? So, that is why I'm sharing some stories of mine here under the Then and Now series, and today is going to be another one. So, I want to bring an example from coaching on how I viewed a coaching session at the very beginning when I would learn a new modality. And that could have been nutrition coaching, could be theta healing, the freedom formula. They all, when they are taught initially, initially have some sort of a framework. They have steps to them. And I love steps. I love a plan. I love frameworks. And so the idea which I always had is that you actually need to stick to them. And maybe you know it from any other thing. It could be dancing, painting, music. At the very beginning, you learn how it's supposed to be, so in order to give you guidance. But what happened to me in coaching was that I actually forgot to let go of the guidance and to trust my intuition. So the beliefs, when I did have a closer look at it, were it has to be a very specific way. Now, maybe for you, it's not trusting your intuition, not trusting you, not trusting, I don't know, whoever you should be trusting or could be trusting. But for me, or perfectionism. Perfectionism is also one thing. It has to be perfect, or it has to be perfect the first time. That kind of leads then to procrastination. You're never taking your first clients or new clients because you think you have to do it perfectly. So for me, I knew that it wasn't that it had to be perfect, but it had to be a very specific way. I had a very precise step-by-step plan in mind with mental timestamps in it, how this coaching session was supposed to be. There is an introduction, a bonding, seeing what's up now, and then seeing the gap, seeing where you want to work on it, and then yeah, facilitate a shift. And you can do that with various methods, be it, the tapping method, if you're familiar with that, over meditation, at hypnosis. I don't know, so many things. And I believe, like, whoever you learn this from, there are different ways. But I wanted to make it right, right? So I was very much confined to this structure, and I would put so much pressure on myself that I had the script there, I had the bullet points there, and I would really try to get the client back to my script. And when I did sessions once in a while with other coaches so that we could, reflect for each other and give each other honest feedback, one of my friends, a good friend of mine, she said, "Yeah, you're very ambitious to make the shift happen for me." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that could be a good thing on one side, but maybe she felt a little bit pushed." Now, she didn't feel pushed, but because she knows me already very well, but obviously that is not what I want my clients to feel like, that they're pushed or that I have to, well, what is important for you, if you would be my client, is that it works for you and not for me. So if you're the coach and you have a client, it needs to work for your client, not for you. So the entire focus goes onto your client. What do they need right now? And if they just need to vent, well, then your job is to be there for them, hold the space, and give them some more positive energy so that they can handle that situation. It is definitely not your job to cut them short and squeeze them into your framework. And so before I worked on this mindset shift that it had to be a very specific way, I was very tense. I was very much, sticking to the agenda. I didn't really let go of the assistance, which the framework was, but that was the only truth. So then, after I received a session myself and I could let go of it has to look a specific way, wow, wow. Again, I didn't turn from cat to cow to human or butterfly, but the shift for me was amazing. I mean, the shift during the session was, whew, it was quite intense, very relieving, and yeah, just beautiful process, quite emotional. But what came out now was that it's so easy for me to focus on the client. It's so easy to just be present for the client. So that's what I want for you. Just be so present for your client. It's not about you needing to perform. It's not about you needing to prove that you can facilitate a shift. It's not about, someone judging you on how quick you facilitated the shift, how emotional your client was. Did they cry? Did they, was the shift visible to you? We are here to hold space for our clients. And that was so freeing. It was so encouraging to not have to perform in a specific way, but the only thing I need to do, is be there for my clients, to give them the space, hold the space, be there for them so that they can just, have a safe space so they can relax into it and be really, really vulnerable and honest to themselves also most of the time. So that shift of belief, oh gosh, it gave me so much relief. It gave me so much time because I didn't need to memorize anything anymore. I didn't need to check afterwards so much anymore if I did it correctly, because if the client said, thank you, that was so helpful, and such a relief, and now I feel so much lighter, why would I need to question it? And if they need more time to get into the mood, into the zone, to open up, and it takes almost 30 minutes, well, then that's how long it takes. You will see very often that afterwards it goes so much quicker because they're open, they're ready, they're in the right mindset, they're in the receiving mode, they're calm, and that's where your messages can land so much more easy. So my big message here for you is trust yourself a little bit more, and maybe you can reflect also on why you want that something is in a very specific way. Why do you need it to be perfect, or as perfect as possible, for example? And is that really, really required, or is there a fear sitting beneath? Classic for me always, not good enough. And that comes around, I don't know how often. Lately, I think the last year there wasn't much of it, but I'm quite familiar with that. So wouldn't be surprised if there are more out there, maybe you too, who know that inner critic who says, oh gosh, who are you? You need more practice. You need more programs. You need, more modalities. You need more. Instead of really just trusting that you know what you need to do. I mean, you learn that modality and you're here to serve. You want to help your clients. And what more do you want? If you can be there and present and only want the best for your clients, that is the most important thing. And then all your modalities come into play, and please trust your intuition. It's so powerful. That's just what I wanted to let you know. So by shifting the belief, it has to be a very specific way to the right way will happen when I follow my intuition. Just liberated me from so much overthinking, overanalyzing, checking back and forth if I'm on the right track. And actually also it was potentially making some of my clients feel uneasy because it was so important to me that they received their shift. And it is important to know, and it now feels so much more easy and natural to me to know that I go at their pace. That's all that matters. Okay, that was a shorter version of then and now. And yes, I hope that gave you some impulses to think about if you might have something in that direction. and to give you an idea what belief work can do for you, what shifting beliefs and perspectives can do for you. Okay, thank you so much. See you. Bye.